Hi everyone, it's Marieta, founder of Immigration Biz, business immigration attorney. Welcome guys to today's video. I will talk about what to do if you were selected in DV Visa Lottery 2022. How can you now proceed? What are the next steps? And we're going to discuss if you are in the United States, what to do next. If you are outside of United States, what to do. So I will cover everything for you. However, before I start, I do want to say there are many of you that were not selected, and I want to say it's okay. Do not be sad, discouraged. Your American dream is not over. In fact, it's just getting started. There is always something else, plan B as I call it, and I will be linking my next video for you here, so check it out, because in that video I am breaking down what to do if you are not selected, how can you apply for DV Visa Lottery again, and also what are the other ways, in other ways meaning what are the other paths of potentially getting a green card, how can you immigrate to United States, and lastly, if you are entrepreneur, I highly want to recommend E2 visa path. That is exactly the path I've been on, that you can upgrade to a green card. It's perfect for entrepreneurs. In fact, we have also the new recent news, amazing recent news regarding the parole rule for investors, which I will be covering in my next video. So guys, there are ways, always there is a way for you, so don't be discouraged, do not be sad, don't feel like a failure. At the end of the day, this is just a lottery, okay? Now, for those who are selected, I want to congratulate you guys, and let's get started. I want to cover what to do if you are currently outside of United States, and then I'm also going to cover what to do if you are inside of United States. So two things, okay? So let's start with those who are currently outside of United States. So this is actually the link you're going to open up. In fact, if you are selected, you probably received the notice once you actually submit the confirmation number. You were able to see that you are selected, and most likely there was a note what to do next. And so here is the link, and I will also post it below the video, that you will have to follow. So as you can see, step number 1 is submit the entry, selection of applicants. So here you are, step number 3, if you are selected. So I highly recommend that you read everything, right? You're going to read everything for yourself, and you're going to actually follow the instructions. Now, number 4 is confirm your qualification. So guys, that being said, we have to confirm the qualification. We have to confirm that you actually qualify. We have to confirm that you actually meet the requirements when it comes to education, right? The minimum education for DV Visa Lottery is actually high school degree or equivalent, okay? So you have to obviously meet the requirements for you to be considered. Number 5, submit your immigrant visa and alien registration application. So, please be aware, which is by the way done through DS260 online, okay? So DS260 online, you will fill it out and you're going to submit the information. Now, there is only way to submit the information, and that is through online DS260. Do not email anything, do not send anything, any mails, none of that, okay? So let's see how it looks like. I'm going to show you. Here we are. Here we are. Oops, can't go back now. Okay, for whatever reason, it's not even opening for me. Here is information of a browser requirement. Okay. Let me see. Okay, here we are back. So, DS260, very important, fill it out. Now, once you sign and submit the page of DS260, you will need to re-enter the DV case number without the zeros. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. There are a bunch of zeros, you have to re-enter it without zeros. Entering the full case number with zeros will generate a validation error. Guys, all you need to do is read step-by-step instructions, and that's how you're going to get there. Okay, so you fill out the DS260, moving on. Next. Oops, step 6. Supporting documentation. So let's discuss what you need to submit. Birth certificate, everything translated, guys. Shouldn't be in your language. It has to be officially translated. Number 2, court and prison records. Everything translated. Military records, translation, police certificates. You can request these in your home country. If it's in your language, you need to obviously get it certified, translation afterwards. Now, here's something I want to mention. If you're someone who is like nomadic, digital nomad, and you have lived in different countries more than 6 months, you have to submit the police clearance from all these countries. Okay? I know it's annoying, but you gotta do that. So you have to request it in every single country you have lived since you were 16 for over 6 months. And lastly, photocopy of a valid passport biometric data page. So once you submit everything, and by the way, follow the instructions so they will tell you how to submit it and so on, then you will have to wait because the next step is going to be the interview. Now, this interview, here we go. After Kentucky Consular Center has reviewed your completed DS260, you will receive email from Kentucky Consular Center to let you know that interview has been scheduled at the U.S. Embassy or Consulate. Now, sometimes people ask me, especially during pandemic, especially during the travel bans, we still have some travel bans going on, if the immigration visas are being scheduled. And the answer is yes, the immigration visas are being scheduled. It just take a little bit longer because there is a giant backlog, right? So do not worry. The U.S. Embassy has to schedule the interview for you sooner or later. It will happen. Obviously, now we are experiencing huge backlogs, so that's what's going on. The email will instruct you how to log into entrance status and check the website using DV entry confirmation number and to view the date, time, and location of your interview. So then you go for an interview. Obviously, I recommend that you bring all the documentation that you already submitted to the interview as well, just in case. As well as you need to take care of the medical record. And that is something you need to do before you actually schedule your interview. So without the medical record, you shouldn't attend the interview because you should have the medical record with you, sealed on envelope from a doctor, physician who actually examine you, and obviously you need to be vaccinated up to the standards of the current situation. Now, I was checking if the COVID-19 vaccines are required, and they are, as of now, not yet required. So you also can check it yourself. This information are available at the USCIS website. Now, once you actually attend the interview, then you will be able to afterwards travel to the United States. Do not open the seal envelope, right? Do not open the seal envelope because it's so important that you submit the sealed envelope. Here it is actually. Schedule and complete medical examination. You must complete your medical examination along with any required documentation before your scheduled interview date. Okay? Then you also are going to gather photographs, remaining documents, such as appointment confirmation. You paid the fee. Very important. I forgot to say. You have to pay the fee before you even schedule the interview. Then DS260 confirmation number, passports, valid for 6 months, original documents or certified copies of civil documents that you already submitted. So either bring copies or the original documents. Everything you submitted to KCC you have to bring with you. Evidence of required DV qualification education, guys. So this is important, guys. Either you have high school diploma and you have to show that as evidence that is establishing that you do have at least high school diploma or equivalent. Deportation documentation. Applicants who have previously been deported or removed at government expense from United States must obtain Form I-212 permission to reapply after deportation. Marriage certificates, especially if you are bringing spouse with you. Marriage termination documentation if you are divorced. Custody documentation, and obviously you need to pay the fee. All right, before the interview. Now you attend the interview. Who must attend the interview? You, your spouse, any qualified unmarried children immigrating with you must participate in the interview. Here is the whole thing, what to bring to the interview. So I'm not even going to read it because you can do it yourself. So just to recap, appointment letter, DS-260 confirmation page, passport, photographs, medical exam results, original and supporting documentation, English translations if these documents were in your native language, and visa fee must be paid. So once you attend the interview, after that you will be able to travel to United States. So after the interview, the visa approval, when approved, you will be informed how and when your passport and visa will be returned to you. If the visa is denied, because there are cases when the visa is denied, and if you need, you can book a consultation with me, link is below this video. If denied, you will be informed why you are ineligible to receive your visa. So when you receive your visa, obviously travel with a passport with a visa, sealed immigrant packet. You will also receive sealed packet containing documents that you must present to U.S. Customs and Border Protection at the port of entry. Upon arrival to United States, you must not open the sealed packet, okay? When you should travel? Well, you should arrive and apply for admission no later than the visa expiration date, because the visa in your passport will have expiration date, okay? So it's usually valid for 6 months. So within the 6 months, you should pack everything and move to United States. All right. Vaccination records. Children are required to have certain vaccinations before they can enroll in school in the United States. Therefore, it is recommended your child have complete vaccination record before immigrating. But also, like, you also need to have your vaccination record. Okay, let's go to the vaccination requirements. Why not? Let's discuss vaccination requirements. Okay, here we are. Alright, this is for immunization managers. Let's see. Well, I don't think I can find it right now. I don't want to waste any time here. But what I'll do, obviously, I'm gonna link below in the description this link so you guys can actually check it out for yourself. All right. So let's move on to those who are currently present in the United States. So if you're currently present in the United States, here is what you need to do. You have to establish that you are eligible. Obviously, number one is that you were selected in DV visa lottery. Okay. And then you need to use the adjustment application, which is the form I-485, application to register permanent residency or adjustment of status. Then you have to check the latest month visa bulletin to see if the visas are available. And here we go, supporting evidence, 2 passport style photos, copy of birth certificate, a report of medical examination and vaccination record, copy of passport page, with non-immigrant visa, because assuming you are right now in the United States under non-immigrant visa. Otherwise, you wouldn't apply for DV Visa Lottery, which is a green card immigrant visa. Copy of passport page with admission entry form, arrival departure record, which is I-94, certified copies of court records, copy of principal applicant selection letter for the DV Visa Lottery, copy of receipt of DOS for diversity visa lottery processing fee, and if applicable, application for waiver of grounds of inadmissibility for some people who are not admissible. This is also option for you, and obviously pay the fees. So this is what you put together, pretty straightforward, and submit everything. Here we go. The adjustment of status process for DV Visa Lottery must be completed by September 30th of the fiscal year the lottery pertains to. So we're talking about DV Visa Lottery 2022. So basically, what you need to do, submit everything by September 30th, 2022. Okay? So that's that, guys. There you have it. But what I want to also talk about a bit is the vaccination, because I think this is interesting for some of you. Let's go to the report of medical examination. So this is how it looked like. It's basically form I-693. If you are already in the United States, usually if you go to physicians, like there is a list of doctors that you can contact, and they usually have these forms available, so you don't have to bring it. But if you want, you can also bring it. Here we go. Immigration medical examinations, vaccination requirements. And here you have a list of civil surgeon doctors who will be able to issue it for you. Okay, so that's that. Now, why don't we click here? Let's see. So here is the vaccination requirements. So here we go. This is the list of the vaccination requirements. Any other vaccine preventable disease is recommended by Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices. Questions and answers. CDC publishes information about vaccination in general and information about vaccine requirement for immigration purposes. So we're going to go here in a second. But I want to cover something else. Give me a second. I'm looking for that question. Who pays for the vaccination? You pay for the vaccination. Can I be forced to be vaccinated for immigration purposes? If you refuse to receive the vaccines required for immigration purposes, as mandated by immigration laws of the United States, your application for legal permanent residency status might be denied. So if you actually have a valid reason not to be vaccinated, they will take it into consideration, but it has to be a reason that is supported by evidence, and obviously you need to tell this to your physician, and there has to be a reason for it. What will happen if I refuse to receive one of the required vaccines? You have to tell the civil surgeon if you do not wish to receive the required vaccines or a particular vaccine. You should also tell the civil surgeon the reason you do not wish to receive. In this case, a waiver might be available to you, but only under following circumstances. You are opposed to vaccinations in any form, that is, you cannot obtain a waiver based on objection only as to one vaccination. Your objection must be based on religious beliefs or moral convictions, and the religious or moral beliefs must be sincere. So then you apply for the waiver. Okay. Now, I want to go here. And that's the last thing we are covering, and then we good to go. So here actually you can check what is the required vaccination as of now. Okay, so children birth to 18 years, adults 19 and older. We're gonna click adults. Okay, let's see. Okay, so adults need influenza vaccine every year, and this is during the time of influenza season. So it is, I believe, from like October till March, end of March. That is like influenza season. So if you are applying during these months, you should also be vaccinated with influenza vaccine. TD or TDAP vaccine. Here, other vaccines that might be recommended for you. But here you can see like the COVID-19 vaccination, like it is not, as far as I see, under any list of a required vaccination. So if that's the case, for those who are wondering, I'm not seeing it under any required list of vaccinations. So that's how you can find it, right? Why don't we click here and see what's up with that? All right, here's the list, guys. I found it. So here we go. Influenza, 1, 2, 3. Tetanus, measles, varicella, zoster, HPV. Anyway, I don't see any COVID-19 vaccine here as far as I'm concerned. Here we go. Recommends use of COVID-19 vaccine within the scope of the emergency use authorization or biologics license application for a particular vaccine. So guys, it is not necessarily like there on the list. So just so you know, you can also read this yourself. I will link everything below. So that's that. All I got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for upcoming video. I will be covering actually everything you need to know for investors and entrepreneurs, because there is the change, the parallel rule for investors. So that's pretty exciting news. And if you need more information, resources, everything you can find below my video in description. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe, support my channel, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.